Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to our Tech Talk. Along with my team member Jack and our mentor Mina, we created a student library management system. Our goal was to create a dashboard utility that displayed useful information to the user. The team went with student library information for our dashboard. I'm going to go over the introduction to the problem, overview of the solution, and details on the technology and architecture. My team member Jack will go over lessons learned, further work that would be explored if we had more time, and contact information for team members. Keeping track of all your project information and transactions gets difficult the more data that is added. It also involves a lot of data lookup to find exactly what you want, which can be time consuming. What if your current system requires or works with too much information to be fully effective? The concept of our student library management system is designed to make it easier for library assistants and personnel to keep track of their books and student transactions. The source data is a database, like most data is. However, you should have a user dashboard that allows anyone with proper credentials to view and interact with data from the database. They will be able to use the IDs referenced in the tables to view specific information from books, students, and transactions. We only had time to provide views of some of the data for a student library system. We would have liked to provide a complete user interface for our dashboard system. However, we had complications with our project development. Jack will provide further details on the desired developments later on. My team was introduced to the Spring framework. The Spring initializer from Spring Boot creates a project package with built-in code features to make building your main application code in your IDE easier. I used Eclipse as my IDE. This was the first time I did Java code, and the Spring framework helped simplify the data implementation process. For the database, PostgreSQL was implemented. PostgreSQL could be used as part of the Spring Book package to connect our data source to be displayed in HTML format. I also used Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio to help get started on my database, and GitHub to store and share my code. My team member Jack used React, React Bootstrap, and CSS for front-end stack, React Charts 2, Axios, React DOM, and React Routerdom for packages. He used Adobe XD for wireframe, Postman for his testing tool, and also Git and GitHub to store and share his code. Our team used Slack for communication to help us organize project progress, team support, and information sharing. Next, Jack will go over lessons learned.
Thank you, Sarah. Hi, I'm Jack, and I will briefly talk about responsibilities and adjustments that we had to make along the way. So, initially, we had three members on this team, and each person had a specific role and responsibilities. Sarah was focusing on the project management and business side. I was focusing on the front end and UI, and the other team member was focusing on the back end development. Unfortunately, one of our teammates had to switch teams. As a result, we had to make some adjustments to this project. We had a meeting with our mentor, Mina. We discussed our options, and in order to meet the deadline, we decided to take out some features of this application. And of course, Sarah and I took on additional duties and tasks in order to deliver this project. Lessons learned. If we could go back and start all over again, we think it would be wise to start with more research. As you know, there's so many tools and technologies out there, and as a beginner, it can be very challenging to select a specific language to solve a specific problem. So in order to avoid these, I think we could have done better. We could have done more research and find a common ground that works for all of us, so we could be on the same page and start the development. Another thing that we could improve would be to try to use the same tools and software when developing this system. The reason I say that is because we had some technical issues. My team member Sarah, she was working on a Spring project. She was working on a backend, and she was using Eclipse for development. And myself on the other side, I was using IntelliJ. And when Sarah shared her files, I was having issues running her code, was getting errors and compatibility issues. So in order to avoid these type of problems, I think it would be good to stick to the same tools, software, so we could all be on the same page and help each other even remotely. So what's next? In order to complete this software and make it more user-friendly, we think it's important to include the following features. We could add CRUD operations where users can create, update, or delete entries. We could add user authentication where users can create an account and log into the system. We could also use Firebase cloud services to store their data and perhaps deploy the application on Firebase as well. Here's our contact information. You can find all of us on LinkedIn, and we would be happy to chat. And finally, we would like to thank Code Labs for this great opportunity and for bringing us together. Thank you.